Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm vengeance.
I have given a name to my pain.
The Batman.
Always waiting for some Batman to save you.
It's simple. We kill the Bat of Gotham. I'm Batman.
Welcome to the Social Hour, a Batman on Film podcast, batman-on-film.com. This is episode number 148. Let's ride. Pete, Verra, let's ride.
This is the show that we allow Bill to do at Batman on
That's
Film.
right. That's
the
right.
contributors decided that Bill deserves a show. This should be it. His voice should be heard, and we thought it would be best to let everyone hear him speak for a change.
Exactly. I'm allowed to do the Social Hour, and it's a privilege and honor.
Lauer really runs the show, so
yeah, Lauer's the boss.
He's the boss.
He's the boss for sure. Got any new tattoos lately? Got any more Alabama tattoos? I should ask.
No, I might get a tattoo of Willie. I don't know where. I'm thinking a hamstring. But good old Bear Bryant, that hat. This
is audio, but you got on Crimson.
Yeah, I do. I'm because
Crimson Tide.
Don't give a piss about nothing but Tide.
All right. Well, I haven't talked to you since the New Year. Happy New Year.
It's been a while since we spoke. Actually, we've been busy. Some of us have been ill.
Yeah.
So
what you catch hold of? You didn't have COVID again, did you?
It was not COVID, actually. I got tested for COVID, so I didn't have COVID. Just had a good old-fashioned virus.
Okay.
Knocked me out from Christmas until after New Year's, so it was a rough run, but I feel good now.
Yeah. Yeah, we did a show, I guess, 2-3 weeks ago. And then right after Christmas, went up to the North Country of Minnesota.
You went to Canada.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no. As the announcer Rachel used to say, she's lost most of her Minnesota accent's gone. I guess living in Texas 23 plus years old.
She pick up a little twang, a little Texas twang.
Yeah. She'll throw out a y'all with the best of the best.
Oh, there you go. Y'all.
Yeah, she throw out a y'all. Of course, I'll pick up some Minnesota, but mine is kind of I have to do it on purpose. I don't just say it. Like I'll go into oh yeah.
Is it true that since you're a huge Chris Farley fan, the first date you and Rachel ever went on was cow tipping in Texas?
That is not true.
Okay, I thought that was true. I thought I heard that rumor. I thought it was a Texas thing.
Where did Chris Farley fan come from?
Oh, I forget what movie it was. Either Black Sheep or Tommy Boy goes cow tipping.
Yeah.
It seemed like a Texas thing.
I got you now. Okay, that's a myth. Like tumbleweeds just blow down the streets, and
but everyone's got boots. So
everyone, I have a pair of boots. I will say that.
You want to know something? The rodeo was in town. PBR was actually professional bull riding, not Pap Blue Ribbon. Okay. Was at Madison Square Garden this past weekend, and I was able to work 2 of the days, and there were a lot of cowboys, a lot of Texans.
I'm sure. Was
in
it
the
packed?
Area? They got a good, probably I'd say 10, 15,000 people there. I think. Okay. It's bull riding right after the New Year. It's a very select crowd.
Yeah.
But,
it's not like
actually kind of fun.
So they were. Yes, I've been to a couple rodeos. When I was in Houston, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is huge, and because of the music acts, basically. But they have.
I thought it got a little repetitive. I was like, okay, you just keep riding another bull.
Yeah, it's just they have a little rodeo before the performer. So, but it's been years since I've been there. But don't have a horse. Don't ride a horse to work. What else? And then like you thought it's always 125 degrees.
When you first told me you had snow in Texas, and then you told me about the infrastructure and how the government has failed to prepare for this, I couldn't help but laugh. I was like, "But that's not snow. That's a light fluff. It's barely a flurry."
It's here. It's more ice.
Yeah.
It's ice.
I can't tell you how many times I've driven on black ice.
I believe you. Speaking of that, we're having a winter event this weekend. It's going to be, we're getting a wintry mix and then some ice, freezing rain.
I hope you got your generator ready.
It's Saturday night, Sunday, to Monday. I mean, it's going to be like 3 or 4 days. It doesn't get above freezing. I mean, we're talking single digits. We're getting single digits.
Oh,
and
break out the sweatpants.
I'm going to the Cowboy Packers game Sunday, so that's going to be interesting.
The Packers brought the weather to Dallas.
I guess.
I'm trying to screw with you guys.
Yeah, because look, we got the roof closed, so it'll be nice 75, 74 degrees.
And it's made of glass, so God can still watch them play.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's why it's like the roof. That's why Texas Stadium had the hole on the top of the roof, and we had the retractable.
In at Texas Stadium, did the hole ever close, or was it open? It was just always open.
Always.
So it could snow on the field in Texas. Interesting.
Yes. Oh, they what was it? 92, 93 Thanksgiving game, the infamous Leon Lett blocked field goal game. They had an ice storm and the whole field was like a hockey rink.
Oh, that was in Dallas?
That was in Dallas.
I did not know because you watch the highlights. Isn't there like snow on the field?
They're playing. There was just they playing the Dolphins. Cowboys blocked the field goal to prevent.
Okay, and it was a warm weather town too.
The Dolphins to win, and instead of just letting it go, Leon Lett jumped on it, and the ball went squirming. So then it was a live ball. The Dolphins got the ball back, kicked a field goal, and won the game. When the Cowboys should have, had it won with the blocked field goal. He just had it.
Didn't Leon always find himself in the middle of things? Didn't Leon also return the fumble for the?
That was they got Don Beebe knocked it out of his hands. He was showboating going in.
He thought he was Dion
against 92, the Super Bowl 92 season, January Super Bowl 27, January of 93. So, but yeah, it's gonna be cold here. You remember a couple years ago, I kept up with that iceberg out of my driveway that stayed for like a week. I've given up.
Say that's the iceberg that sank the Titanic.
Yeah,
it made its way to Bill's driveway.
Yeah, it lasted a while, man. That was crazy.
If I were you, I would have scooped it up and put it in my freezer. I would have felt bad. That's a historical piece of Texas history right there.
Yeah.
The biggest iceberg in the history of the state.
It was, yeah. It's recorded in the Texas Almanac for sure. All right, 2023. Let's talk about some of our favorite Batman things of the previous year. May look ahead to this new year, 2024, as well. So there were a couple of Batman movies this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there were a few.
Now they were animated, but they're Batman movies. Merry Little Batman, most recent, which I think everybody here at Batman on Film really liked.
Yes, I believe it was very popular.
Except for my son Micah. Apparently he didn't like it.
Scrooge. Yeah, Scrooge.
Yeah.
He's his own animal.
You did a show with him, right? For that movie. Yeah.
I think he had a little candy cane in the mustache and it was bothering him that day.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I liked that quite a bit, Merry Little Batman. Thought it was unique. The art was unique. It worked for the story. It didn't bother me. seemed like the reviews all around were, really good for it. Hope they make a little franchise out of this. I could, see something pop up Halloween, or, make it a like during, during holidays, or maybe not even during holidays, just, another movie in this Batman universe.
Yeah, I mean, it made my list as well, and I don't know if that's mostly because of recency bias or what, but I thought it was a phenomenal addition to my holiday watch list. Mixing the elements of the DC universe in with Home Alone and just Christmas in general was a fun little romp.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the version of Damian and Luke Wilson's take on Batman. It was very lighthearted yet funny, but yet true to Batman. And the amount of respect they paid to Batman and Robin, I thought was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's probably the most references that movie has gotten in a positive fashion in a very long time. So yeah, it's definitely made my list. It was the best Batman thing to close out the year. That's for sure. Like, it was just the perfect thing to end the year. It really was. It was just enjoyable. It made me feel holiday cheer. I was ready to, and just excited for the season and all that jazz. So it was a really special.
Would you say it was the best Batman thing of last year?
I wouldn't say it's the best Batman thing of last year. I would probably say it's at the bottom of my list because I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with Batman this year, to be honest. But it was that perfect little energetic thing to recap the season.
Okay. Finishing up with movies, or you can add to it. Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if I ever talked with that. I think I talked with that with Lauer. We did I think we did a Batman book club on the book, and then followed up right after with the movie, because I had never, that was one of the few Elseworlds books I had never read. So I got it. They had a new printing of it when the movie came out. So I picked it up, and I thought it was okay. It was all right.
Yeah, that's not my jazz, really. I didn't watch the movie because I did not like the book when it came out originally. Elseworlds are pretty hit or miss for me. Like, most of the time I don't really like the idea. Like, for every Gotham by Gaslight, there's more than one Dark Claw. It's like those things. So I don't really get into them, but I'm happy that the people who like that got that, because as long as they keep making these animated movies, I'm all for it.
Thought it was, they kind of did Gotham by Gaslight with it, and Hush, where it was kind of it wasn't, yeah.
Okay. So it's different enough I might like it.
Well, yeah, I would at least watch. I thought you watched everything Batman. If it was Batman, you're going, hell, you watched Batwoman and freaking
yeah, but I don't like this stuff. Like, at least Batwoman was like, I don't know, something different. Like, I've read this, so I had like an idea of what the story was. I was like, I already don't like this. Why? There's only really two of these animated films I've chosen not to watch. That was Gods and Monsters. It's like the Elseworlds where Batman's a vampire, but it's actually Langstrom. And then this one, they're only because I'm like, this doesn't sound like it's my cup of tea.
That one surprisingly, surprising to me, I kind of liked it. I was like, it was okay.
Really?
I didn't think I was going to like it, but I thought it was all right.
I definitely judged it before watching it.
I mean, it's not anything on my, it's not in my rotation. I don't know if I've watched it since I got it and reviewed it for Batman on Film, but that's been several years. But I
have some other movie stuff if we're still on movies.
Yeah,
I just want to close it out.
I got one question for you.
Okay.
What Batman live action movie? What solo live action Batman movie did you rewatch the most in 2023?
Oh, it's is it any live action? They all count?
Any of the live? It's solo.
It's still 89. It's still 89.
Okay.
Like 89 is a comfort food. You just pop it in. I know the dialogue. It doesn't matter where. I can watch it at any point. And just 89 is still the one that gets watched the most for me. Regardless, it just does. The Batman
I
may have come close, but
I
you know,
I was still on my I'm kind of still in it so far this year. I'm still on the Batman. I'll watch it, at least once a month, 6 weeks. I'll, maybe not the whole damn thing, but I really like the beginning of it. I'm Vengeance, the whole thing.
yeah.
You can
I
put
mean, I
that
love
part in and
all
what,
of it.
yeah, and put that in. But yeah, I've watched Batman 89 more than any Batman film in history.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
think that's going to change either, to be honest.
yeah.
And not just because it's got such a head start on everybody else, Dark Knight included. It's just there's something about it. I just like I said, it's like a warm bowl of soup on a cold day. It just feels good.
Okay.
You just pop that disc in, and it's just as soon as that music starts rolling, yeah, it's a good time.
Well, definitely. I mean, we'll have to mention the Flash with Keaton's return, but what movie thoughts you have for
For me,
2023?
the Flash is a highlight of
Okay.
Batman in 2023.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the box office numbers are, getting Keaton back to return as Batman, and I don't care if it's a continuation of the Burton verse or some sort of remix of everything we've seen before. It was just a joy to see him return. And I think return in a great way. I thought he acted fantastically in that movie. I thought the movie was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It's still probably my favorite DC movie of that year, followed by probably most likely Aquaman, and it's probably people are laughing right now because no one went to go see either. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Flash. Keaton was great. I know the movie suffered from a lot of drama behind the scenes, but to get him back for one last time, because we've all been saying for years about this Batman Beyond with Keaton thing. It's been in development. It's not been in development, and now it looks like it's finally crashed and burned. But just to get that one last chance that I never thought I'd get, it was really special, and I appreciated it.
I liked the Flash. I gave it a good review. I'm not going to, sometimes you see a film and you're seeing it for review purposes, and you write your review, and your take on it can change. Either way, you can like something you give a really positive
Yeah,
review at, then later on you watch it when you go like, I don't think I didn't like it as much as I did the first time, or vice versa. Something you kind of like, if I like that, and then you watch it a few more, you're like, yeah, that's cool. And
like
with the
you and Batman
flat,
Returns.
negative. So, so, um, but I like the Flash. And I will admit it was nostalgia of Keaton, Keaton's return, and also there's a little bit of I don't care what it looked like. I did think the kind of the multiverse variations of DC characters we saw was kind of cool
Yeah,
to see. It didn't bother me, that it looked quote unquote fake. And then I know later they said, well, things are skewed visually for Barry and the Speed Force,
mm.
whether that's true or not, whatever. But hey, I saw Keaton as Batman. That will probably be it. I know
Yeah,
it
like
one time that was not it. He had a big future as Batman, but that's not the case anymore, unfortunately.
yeah. That's all part of the reason why it probably got me a little bit more jazzed than most was the fact that if this thing was received well, there'd be a lot more Keaton. Unfortunately, it wasn't. But when the hype train was rolling, the fanboy me got a little excited that the Batman of my childhood
Hey,
returning. So
I know I haven't jumped to merchandise yet, but look, I got a lot of the Keaton Batman stuff. I got
it was fun to recollect that again. Like
yeah,
that yellow Batman, the
I
black
got
suit.
I got what, 4 Funko Pops of Keaton Batman. One of them is him in the Batwing, that one.
Yeah, I have that one as well.
I
The
got
one with this cowl, I have that one, the gray haired Batman.
yep, got all that. There are 2 versions of him in the suit. I got both.
Yep. I
I
bought every
got
Batmobile they made.
I got the was it Spin Master?
Yes.
I got the
Yes, sir.
Spin Master Batmobile. It's right there. I got I think two of the McFarlanes. One with Keaton without the cowl, and then
Uh-huh.
the other one him in the suit. So yeah, it's all right there next to B89 / Returns, Forever, Batman and Robin area of my office.
It was, even with the rumors over the years of Batman Beyond, I never really thought it would take shape, just because I don't know how the general audience would ever take Batman Beyond outside the fanboy world, but just to get this one last shot, it felt like a good little send off. It just did.
Anything movie wise of last year?
The anniversary of Mask of the Phantasm, and I was able to join Haas and Javi on the Batman on Film podcast covering that. That was so much fun to revisit. I love Chucky Saul. Mafioso, the Maggio versus Batman, like there's something fun about that, where it's a little bit more simple, it's a little bit more grounded. It's not even the city's at peril, it's just Batman fighting crime in general, that I really like, and I feel like it's kind of been lost over the years, and that's kind of what Reeves is doing now. That's what's getting me excited. But to see Batman in that true detective form against a foe very similar to him was a lot of fun to watch and revisit. And I watched it downstairs in my basement on my old tube dorm TV as I was cleaning out Christmas decorations, and I had so much fun revisiting that movie. It really is something special, and I think you could still argue the best Batman movie ever released in the theater.
There's an argument for that, though. I would take some of the others over it, but hey, I went and saw it.
I mean, just the fact that you can make the argument for the cartoon speaks a lot.
I went to see it in its original run. I think I was the only person in the United States that went and saw it.
At least in Texas.
Yeah, in the theater. Originally, when it
with
came
some
out.
Pop.
Yep. Pop. Coke down here, if it's all Coke.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. All Coke. You want a Coke? Yeah, what kind? Give me a Dr. Pepper.
Sprite.
Give me a Sprite. Yeah. That's how we roll down here. All right. Comics.
For comics, I have a few.
Yeah,
things.
you are probably more well versed in this, because you read most of the Batman stuff that's released monthly, because you and Lauer do the show on the Batman Book Club to recap all of that. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What were some of the highlights for you in Batman comics? I will say, I will just mention this. There were a couple of stories. No, let's see. Maybe one story from one of the legacy comics that I have on my list. But other than that, probably all Black Label stuff.
I think Black Label actually has been far superior.
To
main continuity this year in general.
Absolutely.
Batman, but Black Label seems to be a very well taken care of label. Batman comics for me, Riddler Year One got a release in hardcover, and I think that's really cool. I've got to pick up mine at the comic shop. I really love that book. I know it came out the year before, but to get the re-release is fun, and to get it in that nice hardcover format is always something I cherish. It's usually if I get a book in hardcover, if it's not like an omnibus or something, it's something very special.
Yeah, I put it on my list because it was the whole thing. The actual graphic novel, if you will, was released last year. That was good, man.
Yeah, it's good, and it's really holding me. I'm not. Well, I can't say I'm not craving Reeves's sequel. It's held me over a little bit because I'm like, I still get a taste of Batman, and I'm sure that'll happen with the Penguin, where it's they're kind of dragging me along, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm kind of loving every minute of it. But yeah, it's been fun to just kind of explore this greater Reeves universe in various forms of media, comic books, novels, the movie, obviously, and we'll get a TV show. So I like the legacy and the lore that he's building there. And Dano did a fantastic job. He wrote the book himself. I thought that was a cool little move. So you really got an inside look at what he was thinking as an actor, what he thinks the Riddler's about, and how he got into the role. So it was fascinating on all levels. And again, it's just a really good story. Really,
it was really good. I don't know if Paul Dano will do another comic book, in this universe going forward, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I'd welcome it.
Someone, I think it was on the Facebook fan group that was like, maybe let's get Zoe Kravitz to do a Catwoman comic, or
if she wants to,
Robert Pattinson to do a Batman comic. And I'm like, well, that's cool in theory, but not all actors are writers. Paul Dano's a hell of a writer,
yeah,
and actor and director. So that, that's up his alley. So it's probably more suited for not every, like that's not a gift every artist, every actor has. Not every actor can write and direct and do other things. They just are good actors.
Everyone has their skill set.
Yeah. Yeah, that was on my list. All right, what else you got?
The Gotham War storyline that crossed over between the Batman Legacy titles and Catwoman. I thought that was fun. It was kind of a toned down event that only happened within Gotham City, and it wasn't, the world wasn't burning. It was just a city in peril, and I had fun with that, and I enjoyed that. That was a good one. If you kept up with it, I know there was a lot of issues and tie-ins. It tied into all the Bat books, but I had a lot of fun with it.
I think I only picked up on part of that if it was in Batman. And I don't, maybe I say I can't even tell you really what it was completely about, because I didn't keep up with this too much. That's part of that. It reminded me of like the 90s stuff where it got so overwhelming, with that's when I kind of checked out of comics for about a decade, is when that started. So like what we mentioned earlier, I'm Black Label guy now. Yeah. All right. What else?
Mark Waid and Dan Morrow's World's Finest. I thought that book has been a lot of fun right now. They've been revisiting the Kingdom Come universe, and it's a real good Batman Superman pairing. Waid really does a fantastic job of balancing the aspects of Batman and his broodiness and the hopefulness of Superman. And it's wonderful. It's really the way Batman and Superman should be written when they're together. I've had a lot of fun with it.
All right. Anything else?
That's it for comics for me.
Okay. All right. One story I did kind of enjoy in Batman was the Batman of Gotham, which was in issues 131 to 135. That was the one when now some of the dynamics of it aren't my really aren't my thing when it comes to Batman. Like he went to a different universe where Bruce Wayne had died. And what I liked about it though was it really got Batman. It was a story with some sci-fi type stuff with alternate universe, traveling alternate characters, versions of characters, but Bruce had to go like down to the core basics of Batman and kind of reinvent, kind of become Batman again, like almost
had to build himself up.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Let's see. And The Brave and the Bold. How you liking that title? Batman the Brave and the Bold.
I haven't been. I've been reading it. I haven't been collecting it. It's okay. I don't think it's as hyped up as everyone says it is. I get a little bummed out though when that they've been dragging out this Tom King. It seems like Joker story forever. I don't even think it's concluded yet. I could be mistaken, but it's funny because the last issue, the best story in it was an Aquaman story, so it's okay. I think it's a mistitled book.
Well, I have a couple from there. It is that story, The Winning Card. I thought was really good. It was in Brave and the Bold 1 and 2, 5 and 9 so far. I did read issue 9. It seemed like the end.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure. But I think it's really going to read well when if it's released in a collected edition.
Oh, sure.
Because it was it was spread out over, we almost forget what happened previously,
Yeah, no. You read so much, you're like, hold on, stories are conflicting.
And so hopefully that gets a collected release. Pygmalion Did you read any of that?
Pygmalion. No, I don't know. What was that? What was that about? That doesn't ring a bell.
That was also in the Brave and the Bold. That had a really cool twist. Spoiler alert, if you have not read it, I don't want to ruin it for you, so skip past this because I am going to mention what it was. Well, no, I'll save it.
I'm trying to think. The name, I bet you I can't pronounce it when I look at it. It's as text. That's why it's not ringing a bell. Pygmalion.
Hey y'all, it's Bill Ramey, founder of Batman on Film. Let's take a quick pause in this podcast for these words from our sponsor.
You know, it's My Fair Lady, Pygmalion, that story. What is it? Trading Places, the movie.
Yeah.
All that essentially was Batman has amnesia and forgets who he is and that he was even Batman.
Oh, I do remember this now. Yes.
Okay. And then he has to kind of year one himself again, if you will, to get, it's very primitive Batman without the Bruce Wayne technology and the Wayne Enterprises technology. And then there's a big twist to the whole thing. And I will leave that for folks to read, but I really liked it myself. We had the ending of Beyond the White Knight.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay.
And I usually buy these things and I forget about them. They show up and I put them. I think we got the collected edition already of Beyond the White Knight.
They moved fast on that, huh?
I think so. So we mentioned the Riddler year one. I always have a hard time with that word.
Gargoyle?
Gargoyles of Gotham.
You can't say it in Texas, huh?
No. City of Madness. You reading that? That's pretty good.
I've enjoyed those two thoroughly. Yes. Yeah. Especially City of Madness. City of Madness I really warmed up to. The art's and for both stories, the art is very unique and different. And again, it's the black label format. Very impressive.
Yes, it makes me, to jump mediums. I always mention DC's Black Label Comics when we talk about live action DC on film, and they have that Elseworlds banner. And I always say, yeah, exactly. I always say, well, you have it for a reason, right? Use it. I think that is about it when it comes to comics for me.
Yeah, I'm done there.
Some of these are continuing. The last two we mentioned. So, all right. Collectibles.
Okay. Collectibles.
What were your favorite collectibles you picked up this year?
I have three. The McFarlane Batman on Film, the series, not the website. Batman 6-pack, Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney, Affleck, Pattinson, all together in a beautiful display box that I even myself have not taken the figures out because I think the box looks amazing as is. To be honest with you, it's the figures look pristine. Eventually, I will take them out at some point, but right now, those beautifully displayed open. It's cool. It's cool to see them all together. The variations of the suit, the Forever suit, the Sonar suit looks absolutely immaculate. We've gotten Pattinson, we've gotten Affleck before. 89, you got Keaton 89, and the rest of the Schumacher verse Batman's Kilmer and Clooney. Really cool action figures.
I have that as well. I have not taken anything out. I have the box sitting over there in the office.
It looks great in the box, man.
It does.
I don't say it often.
I agree with everything you said. I also, as far as Funko Pops, I got the Batman, Joker, the Dark Knight. They're not the huge Funko Pops, but I guess the mid-size.
Yeah.
And it's still in the box. I haven't taken it out either, them out. And it's in front of the background is the main poster from the Dark Knight.
I know what you're talking about.
It's cool. So yeah. What else? What else you got?
The Batman 89 2-pack Batman and Batmobile. This was cool because a lot of people complained that the car release for the Flash, the canopy was a gray color as opposed to the Batmobile being black. So they basically did a reissue and they stuck an 89 figure in there with it, which is cool. And now it's all black and the canopy's black and it still looks great. I mean, I personally wasn't all up in arms about the Flash car, but to get
I didn't even notice that. It just looked like the Batmobile to me.
Yeah, it depends on the lighting, and if you shine a light on it, it's going to look great. It all depends. But I'm a sucker for that car, so the more I collect of it, the best. And it's great to collect 89 merch. Like I said, the Flash was great because I was collecting Keaton stuff all over the place, and McFarlane's redoing stuff from the movies. I just collected the Batman and Robin wave that almost made my list. That was a lot of fun to get. I got to put Mr. Freeze together. So 89 merch is always something special, and to get them in a modern action figure sense and scale is phenomenal in my opinion.
I got some of the Dark Knight stuff they released, Dark Knight trilogy stuff from McFarlane. I got the Two-Face. The Joker I believe was the Target exclusive where the suit's a little different. It's like in a black suit, it's not purple.
Yeah. Actually, I believe that's called the Jokerized Joker.
That's the Jokerized version. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. And I'm just looking around.
I actually skipped that way, believe it or not, because I was Scarecrow. Like, I bought these figures back in the day.
Scarecrow.
Sometimes I don't double up.
Well, I didn't have a Two-Face. I never had a Two-Face.
Okay. So see, I had the original Mattel Movie Masters that came out, Two-Face and Harvey Dent. I have both of those.
Okay. I missed those. So I got, picked up the Two-Face, Scarecrow. They're all in the box. I'm looking around to see if anything else. I got the Keaton. I already mentioned the Keaton stuff.
And you got the Build-A-Figure Bane. I'm sure you got the Bane pieces.
He's out there. I got the pieces. He's still up. He's still in there. I did get a poster from the Flash. It was the Keaton up close Worlds Collide poster. That's hanging up in my collection of Batman movie posters. Funko Pops put out a new Batman Begins. It was a stand-up Batman Begins. And you just order it, and like one out of every, I don't know, 25, I don't even know what the ratio was an all clear version.
Okay.
So I got the all clear. I got one of the all clear versions. That's what showed up.
You get the variant. You get the variant action. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. A little variety for you.
Yeah. Early in the year, there was a Funko Pop. It was a light up Batman's own. I gotta say that word again. Gargoyle. He's on a gargoyle.
Yeah. Oh, the emblem light. Yes.
Yeah.
Steve Helm was a big fan of that.
Yeah, I picked that up, and I think merchandise. I'm sure I picked up a few other things, but that stands out. Stands out the most.
One other thing for merch, the McFarlane Superpowers Whirly Bat. That thing is a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's fun to put together. It's fun to put a little Superpowers Batman in there. Yeah. It's a unique vehicle. I love vehicles. So like if any Superpowers vehicle is very interesting to me. I love them. The Batwing's phenomenal, by the way. That came out like 2 years ago. But the Whirly Bat came out just before the end of the new year, and it's a wonderful addition to your Batman vehicle collection.
Okay, I will mention also it's McFarlane.
He makes a ton of merch, I gotta say.
It's a Batman 66 robot Batman.
Oh, from the comic line, I believe that is.
Yeah. So I got that. And yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, if you want to count books as part of merchandise, I picked up truth be told, I mean, I got a reviewing copy of the Multiverse of the Dark Knight book.
Yes.
That was I liked it. If you wanted like an updated source of all the different versions of Batman from the comics, this is for you. I mean, they're all there. I mean, every damn the Batman of Earth, whatever. Kingdom Come Batman, Dark Knight Returns. I mean, all Batman Beyond, all of them are there that you can think of. Gotham by Gaslight, and what Earth they belong on, and the difference between Earth Prime and Earth Zero.
It really
and
breaks
Earth
it down.
One, yeah, because those are Earth One. When I was growing up, Earth One was the in continuity Batman.
Yes.
And then Earth 2 was the Golden Age Batman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now Earth 1 is actually the word one, and it's the Earth 1 Batman, from the comic books,
Yes.
Jeff Johns and them. And so that explains all of that. Anything else you got? 2023.
No, that's my list for 2023.
Okay, that's a good list. I know Flowers here. I think there was some Lego stuff.
Yeah, he's big on that.
I don't have the patience, man.
The Batman Returns Batcave, I think that was the big Lego thing of 2023 for Batman.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to 2024 with all this stuff. We should get more. So what
you seem like a 2025 Superman Legacy guy to me.
I will go see Superman Legacy. I want it to be good. I'm just not very bullish on it at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes. So I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. We still have this year. We got some stuff this year to look forward to, like the Penguin.
Right? Yeah. Yes. I'm very excited for there's a lot. I think I'm excited for the Penguin in a lot of ways. First of all, because I think it's going to be phenomenal. But I'm very curious to see how people react to it with the current landscape of the audience these days.
Yeah.
I want to see if something a little bit more grounded, realistic will resonate with people.
Well, it has a good setup, if you will. It's kind of like TV shows, broadcast TV shows back in the day. Whatever they're, if you could get if your lead in was like freaking Friends or whatever on NBC, these big shows with big ratings, you'd want that. News programs would want, always if they followed a big hit show, their ratings were up and whatnot. So you do have, it's coming off the Batman, and obviously that the Batman was a hit. The Batman, I'm sure they will hype the hell out of it. This is the continuation of the Batman saga.
That's another thing too. Like, after watching Aquaman get no hype at all, to see if they hype up something they have confidence in, just to see how differently the company would act. There's a lot of factors in that. Just like, I'm very curious to see how this is done.
Looking forward to the Penguin. I am looking forward to the Batman Part 2 to start filming and start announcing, getting some announcements of, pre-production announcements, casting and whatnot.
That's going to be great because I'm tired of hearing all these stupid clickbait rumors.
Yeah.
Those will be coming to an end, in terms of like casting, at least plot, I'm sure soon when official announcements are made. But yeah, I'm over that stuff.
So I know it, here at Batman on Film, that's the main, the Penguin and the commencement of the Batman Part 2 going into pre-production and then eventually filming this year. So what, that's the wheelhouse.
I believe the Crisis on Infinite Earths movie, Part 1, that'll come out this year. I'm not sure what else Batman related is coming out.
That's the big one they're pushing this so far from what, is the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
I think it might be the end of the current animated universe.
Yeah.
Which has had a turnover pretty quick, which is interesting. They've done some things there. They've done some pretty bold things there. And we'll see, because I'm not sure how well received this Tomorrowverse is. It seems that people are more meh on it than the previous one.
Yeah. Let's see, the James Gunn, he talks a lot on Threads. That seems to be his base of operation for the most part.
He seems to be not an Elon Musk guy, so he made the jump, it looks like.
He mentioned that not everything animated DC will be part of the connected DCU.
That's not what they said earlier. He told me it was all connected. The cartoons, the video games, the movies. Backtracking. Oh,
I think you're really you're painting yourself into a not as profitable corner if that's the case, because a lot of this stuff is really well done. You know, the ones that are adaptations of comic book stories and whatnot are popular, and there's still some that
even the controversial ones I've really enjoyed. Like I liked Hush. I really did. I
Hush was fine. Yeah.
Gotham by Gaslight, and bring that up again. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the twist there.
Yeah. So I want to, I'm not going to get on a tangent, but I don't need to have all this. I don't need it all. I don't need, and I don't want it all to be connected. Can I just watch something? Can I watch something just for itself?
That purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I recently hung out with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about movies in general and everything. And he actually brought up the MCU, and he told me he's given up on Marvel because he's a father with a kid, and he's work life, and he's like, I can't catch up. He's like, I don't think I've been following the MCU since before the what's it called, Endgame movie. So some people, they just things get in the way, and they'll just rather, I guess, start something new than try to circle back and catch up with the last 5 years of movies they missed.
It's so easy. It's so much easier just to watch a movie for itself, or even a series, whether it be James Bond or the Batman series or Spider-Man, whatever, and not have all the other stuff that you have to follow to keep up with everything. I just think it's it runs its course, and this is a whole different other topic. I mean, if you want to,
I thought he wasn't getting on a tangent, but he got on that like a horse.
If you want more than that, I say, let's ride.
Let's ride.
You want to hear all about that? Check out the last social hour. Kasab, let's ride. This is, BOF is a Kasab free zone. So it's the last 147, the social hour. Me and Lauer talked about a lot of this stuff following that article. It was in Variety. Owen Gleiberman, Mr. Gleiberman, wrote about basically our comic book movie genre dead. And we discussed that. I agree with like 99.9% of the stuff he said there. So check that out. Did you read it? Did you read the article?
I did read it. I agree with it. I actually disagree with you a little bit. You say you don't see it going the way of the Western. I do see it going the way of the Western. Whereas, at some point, I think the only two left standing will be Spider-Man and Batman. And I think it may be a little bit more down the road, but it's going to happen a little closer than we think. But at some point, the rest of the stuff is going to go away, and we're just going to go back to those two. And because like Westerns, I can't remember the last one I watched. I think it was that Chris Pratt movie that was a remake of something else. And then, they just don't make that many of them. And I really believe that at some point only Batman and Spider-Man will be left standing. Well, and I give the edge to Spider-Man because the Flash, as much as I liked it, I still get worked up. I don't know if he's as Teflon as you may think. I get a little worried about it just because of the Flash.
I don't blame Batman or Keaton for that.
I don't blame him for that, but people didn't show up for him either.
DC, I mean, yes, and it was Keaton's Batman. Let's be honest. That's my vintage. That's that appealed to people my age more than probably anybody else.
My age group was really focused in on it. Justin's a few years older. He was pumped. Lowell was pumped.
Neither one of my kids, neither one of my boys, who are Batman fans, that didn't move the needle for them whatsoever. Keaton being in it, I think there was more to that. I like I said, the genre is not going to die. There'll still be comic book movies, but I think the golden age is done. For a variety of reasons. You can blame whatever you want. I throw a lot of blame on both Warner Brothers and Disney.
We're just oversaturating the market.
Exactly. That's bottom line. Yeah. I mean,
It'll go back to around the 90s where you'll get, instead of like 3 properties a month, maybe like 3 a year.
That would be fine.
And it'll be stuff like it'll be Batman, it'll be Spider-Man, and then you'll sprinkle in something like Blade.
Yeah.
And then that character will take off, and that's how it should be done, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, he did make a great point in there. As successful as the Batman was, it wasn't a cultural phenomenon. Yeah. And but it was successful, which shows the staying power of Batman. Same thing, and he mentioned how much he loved the Batman, but it wasn't a cultural phenomenon, but it did really well. Spider-Man with No Way Home was something he didn't like. I was not a fan of the MCU Batman.
And it blew up the zeitgeist.
But it blew up because there was that nostalgia factor. I think the Garfield and Tobey Maguire returning.
I think that was a huge driving factor.
That hit more because, where
I think the fan base is 10 years younger.
Where Keaton, like Keaton's Batman didn't move the needle for Micah or Jake, Ramey, Maguire, and who am I missing here? Andrew Garfield. That did move the needle for their age. Jake's 22 and Micah's 20. Fixing to be 28. So.
To be honest, I don't think George, obviously we know the reaction to George's cameo at the end. If Val is healthy and able to do it, I don't think Val moves the needle either. I don't think Val's his star in Hollywood isn't as bright as it used to be. I know Maguire hasn't been in a whole lot of stuff either, but I really do think it was an age thing.
It was, yeah, absolutely. 27, Mike will be 27, so. But yeah, that generation, that moved the needle for them. All right. If you want to check that out, you listen to 147. All right, Pete, plug.
You can follow me personally on social media at Pete Illustrated. You can follow my news-based podcast I do with the Chairman of Long Island, Eric Holzman, straight out of Gotham, at straight_O_G on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook group, Facebook fan page. Check that out. I have a Spider-Man podcast. You can follow the Italian Spider-Man Coalition at Spidey Coalition. BatmanOnFilm.com, Batman on Film YouTube. I'm all over there.
All right. Batman-on-film.com. Just go there. You'll figure it all out. You want to follow me on social media. But read all the stuff from everybody that participates, all the contributors. Now so Rachel will finish up here. We'll catch you next time.
You have been listening to the BOF Social Hour, Jett's official podcast on Batman on Film. Follow BOF on Threads at The Batman on Film. Follow BOF on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Batman on Film. To help keep BOF up and running, go to patreon.com/Batman on Film, or you can buy BOF a beer at buymeacoffee.com/TheRealBatmanOnFilm. For Jett and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original, Batman on Film, founded in 1998.
Say goodbye, Graceland.